Just another day at the office. Let's give it our best.
Today on American Gladiators, he's a world-class wrestler, an alternate member of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. Darrell Gholar cakewalked through the first round, but today he faces a class athlete in his own right. Tony Curella, an all-conference, all-state hockey star from Hill Murray High in St. Paul, Minnesota. On the women's side, the Bay Area's Tracy Paaso will really have to pour it on to beat Tampa's Talpha Lehnen, an up-and-coming bodybuilder who in round one pulled out a dramatic come-from-behind victory in the Eliminator. She gamely hung in after being harassed by one particular gladiator all day.
I guess diamonds are forever because everywhere I looked, there she was.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Gladiator Arena in Los Angeles, California, here are your American Gladiators. Thunder! Zap! Laser! The calm before the storm! Gemini! Burn it up with flame! The Tower of Power! Diamond! Nitro! Ice! The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiators. Let the games begin.
The road to the Grand Championship continues here on the American Gladiators. Today, two more second-round matchups that will lead to spots in our semifinals. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley along with Larry Zonka. And as the contenders move closer to that Grand Championship, keep in mind they are also vying for $175,000 in cash and prizes. Larry, let's start with the men's division. A Minnesota matchup between wrestling coach Darrell Gholar and sewer contractor Tony Curella.
We call them our Minnesota twins around here. Darrell with an extended background in wrestling. Tony with a pretty expensive background in hockey.
And this will be a classic confrontation. Can two good little men take the measure of three good big men, our three gladiators? Darrell, of course, you mentioned his wrestling background. He was an alternate on the 1988 Olympic wrestling team, three-time national Greco-Roman champion. Tony Curella, an all-state hockey player, an MVP all-conference hockey player at St. Thomas University. These are two fine athletes. And looking ahead, the winner here will go on to meet Tommy Knox in the semifinals here in this second half season. Winner, of course, goes on to the Grand Championship. And the audience in attendance here today sort of split as to who to root for. Our Gladiators getting a nice round of applause as they take the field. Tower, Thunder, and Laser will do battle against Darrell Gholar and Tony Curella.
Big weight differential here, Mike. You mentioned the fact the two little men against the three big men. They're giving up somewhere between 80 to 100 pounds a man.
A look at the scoring breakdown, and we will tell you that Powerball is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, super power.
Puts a move on him and gets balled in right off the bat.
Both men made great moves, Larry, both men. Darrell with the spin move, but Tower brings him down. Their quickness might be a little too much for the Gladiators to handle. Nice move again by Tony. Darrell's ball rolls out of the cylinder.
Darrell forces one in.
I tell you what, Tony's got that little hop move down to a science. Darrell scores again. This is a great matchup. 10 seconds to go.
There's been so much scoring so fast, Mike, it's hard to tell. Look at Darrell, two gladiators all over him, and he forces the ball in.
And that is it, but a terrific match.
Our contenders almost scoring at will in this opening round.
Score one for the little guys. Darrell Gholar and Tony Curella leave our Gladiators, Laser, Thunder, and Tower huffing and puffing.
Darrell's doing a little huffing here. He's eyeing that gold. It looks like he's got an open shot, but here comes Tower, and you can see the pain on Darrell's face after this hit.
Darrell and Tony, you just proved that size isn't everything. Sometimes it helps to have a great deal of quickness between you. You scored 7 goals. Tony, you made some great moves out there. That you got that hop move down to a science.
Well, when you're going against these big guys like the Gladiator, you have to have something that gets you by.
Darrell, how about your wrestling background, the 2-time national Greco-Roman champion at 180 pounds? I don't imagine that you get intimidated too often.
No, a little bit maybe. You guys are pretty big. Gotta juke him now.
You both juked them. Congratulations. 12-9. Darrell Gholar over Tony Curella, but a great match.
Darrell and Tony, two tough guys, outgunned in as much as the weight differential we alluded to a little earlier. But these two guys came out swinging. They went after it with real enthusiasm. And quicks. Check out Darrell putting a move on Thunder. Gets away, makes the score. This guy plays with a little gusto. Look at those hands in the air.
And now it's the women's turn to take center stage. Tracy Paaso versus Talpha Lehnen.
Talpha comes to us from Clearwater, Florida. She's in the hotel business, a guest relations manager. Her competition, Tracy Paaso, University of Oregon graduate, scholar athlete, graduated with 2 degrees.
And the winner here will go on to meet Susie Stenzel in the semifinals here in this second half season. The 3 gladiators that they'll have to deal with are Blaze, Diamond, and Zap.
Mike, it's going to be interesting to see if our 2 lady contenders attack this with as much enthusiasm as our fellas did.
Again, 45 seconds. Object here, score as many times as you can. Tracy right off the bat against Diamond. And now Talpha past Diamond as well.
Tracy with a score against Blaze.
Tracy with her background as a cross-country runner, but she looks like an open field halfback. Talpha by Diamond. Diamond's having some problems down at this end. Larry Thompson blows the whistle, about to call an infraction.
We have a disqualification against Blaze. Shot to the head, 2-on-2.
Not a popular decision, but Blaze was clearly outside the rules. Again, our gladiators not allowed to hit the contenders above the head. Referee Larry Thompson has decided to put Blaze on the sidelines. 20 seconds remain on the clock. And this is going to be tough duty for Diamond and Zap because Talpha and Tracy already have displayed a lot of very quick moves.
Here we go, ladies.
So with 20 seconds left to go, essentially a one-on-one match here. Tracy against Diamond and Talpha against Zap. Again, that middle cylinder, those scores scored there worth 5 points. Here goes Talpha Lehnen, and that is a big goal for her.
Nice move to get into that middle pod.
She's going for it again. She knows she's behind, Larry.
Yeah, but Diamond said no way.
And that's it. Talpha wins at 11-9. She got off to something of a slow start. Realized Tracy was ahead and decided to pour it on. Her first move, well, watch here as she blows by Diamond for this goal in the outer cylinder, and then the clincher coming up.
Yeah, she takes the long run, puts the move on Diamond here, knows she has to have those 5 points, gambles and goes for that center cylinder and makes it.
Still a nice effort by Tracy Paaso as she picked up 9. It's 11-9 after one event. Coming up, a lot more here on the American Gladiators. The next event, it's the Joust. Welcome back, Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California. Our second round competition continues with hand-to-hand combat with pugil sticks. We call it the Joust. And up first is Tracy Paaso. Tracy scored 9 points in Powerball. She trails Talpha Lehnen by 2. And she'll be drawing fire from Ice Ice Baby. And she's the subject of today's Gladiator moment.
Another Gladiator moment I won't forget was when I was jousting against Esther. When she was on the pedestal, her and I thought, what a contender. I was wailing on her, and she kept getting back up. She'd go to her knees and get back up again. My arms were getting tired. I take my hat off to this woman. She's an incredible athlete, and I really did feel sorry for her when I kept hitting her.
She sees a contender up there. She gets fire in her eyes. Again, a 30-second time limit. A contender must knock the Gladiator off that platform in that time limit to earn 10 points. Tracy with a pretty good display of balance. Had Ice going backwards there for a moment.
I think Ice threw her balance off a little bit, almost got herself off the platform. 5 seconds.
Nice defensive stick work. Tracy lasts the entire 30 seconds and earns 5 points for the draw. Tracy Paaso. Talpha Lehnen up next, and Larry's with her down below. Larry?
Well, Talpha, you've never competed in this before. You had an opportunity to see what happened to Tracy. Did you pick up any pointers?
Ice is a great competitor, and she has huge biceps with a great swing, so I'm just going to try to keep my balance and just hold on and hope for the best.
Go get her, gal.
Thanks.
Well, Talpha certainly knows what she's talking about, biceps and weight training, pumping iron, a part of Talpha's everyday routine, and fitness a very big part of Talpha Lehnen's life. For Talpha, a healthy body and a healthy mind go hand in hand. Talpha Lehnen is new to bodybuilding, but she's taking it on with a passion, entering regional Florida bodybuilding competitions.
It's one of those sports where every time you compete, you learn something new. It's fascinating, I believe.
Talpha grew up in Monmouth, Illinois, where she was an all-around track and field athlete and a hurdles champion. What's a girl from the Midwest cornfields have to say to her #1 fan back home?
I want to say this is cool, Grandma.
Hey, don't worry, Grandma. Talpha's holding her own against these gladiators.
Her dad, Ron, is in attendance. That sign behind him, Talpha Mania.
Yeah, he was the one that called her and told her about the Gladiators tryouts, so he's got a real keen interest in this.
Talpha takes a couple of early shots from Ice, but able to hang on.
Took a couple of direct headshots, maintained her balance. Now she's returning a little fire.
Ice has got her going, however. Ice really set Talpha up, had her going one way, and then came across on the other side, and Talpha's balance finally gave in. Ice, a contender, may be able to earn one draw, but two contenders can't. You had a little fire in your eyes that time.
I wanted to win this time. I like staying up here and everything, but I wanted to win. I wanted her down. State of mind, and that's what did it.
And what better way to wind up an interview than with Ice, Ice, baby.
Well, let's go back to state of mind. I don't know if I agree with that, because a pugil stick on the chin had a lot to do with this victory. As you see Ice swat and catch Talpha right on the button, and down Talpha goes. Ice has every right to celebrate that victory. And now it's time for the men.
Tony Curella now getting on the platform for his second event. He trails Darrell Gholar 12-9. The event, the Joust, and he draws the fiercest of all, Gemini.
Gemini likes this event. As Mike alluded to, it's his best event. Tony used to handling a stick. He's been a hockey player for a number of years, most of his adult life certainly, and he talked about it in the practice rounds. It's just a little different stick, that's all. Oh, Gemini with an overhand bash that almost sent him off the platform when it didn't connect. Backhand slash takes Tony off.
Tony was able to duck once, twice, 3 times, but that 4th time, Gemini finally found the range. So no points for Tony Curella.
Tony obviously using a little bit of that hockey experience, dodging those massive swings by Gemini, kept himself in this game for quite a while. And Gemini gathered his balance, laid some overhand smashes, and then swept him off with that backhand, sending him all the way to the mat. Tough break for Tony Curella.
And now the man who broke all of Mr. T's wrestling records back in Dunbar High School in Chicago, Darrell Gholar. He'll do battle against Gemini.
You know, Mike, a man Darrell's size looking at a man Gemini's size, probably 50% larger than himself, would tend to make up excuses on why he couldn't do this. Darrell sees it as a positive thing. He says, listen, I've got a lower center of gravity. I'll stay up there a little easier.
Wrestler's also a mighty tough breed. See if Darrell's balance works here.
Well, he's getting a chance to test it, isn't he? Gemini's lowering the boom.
Darrell trying to weather the storm. Didn't do the joust the first time in his preliminary round, and with 12 seconds left on the clock, Gemini sends him down to earth. So no points for either Tony Curella or Darrell Gholar. They walk away empty, but not to worry. Plenty of events still to come. Up next on the American Gladiators, it's Atlasphere, and you'll need all the leg strength you can get. Our next next event here on the American Gladiators is Atlasphere. A 60-second leg burner if you happen to have to go against the likes of Tower and Nitro. They are our two gladiators who will be doing battle against Tony Curella and Darrell Gholar. Look at Tony now getting inside of his yellow Atlasphere. He trails by 3 points, 12-9. Again, a very pro-gladiator crowd here. And here in the second round, goals in Atlasphere are worth 3 points. Atlasphere is brought to you by Twix Cookie Bars, now available in 4 great flavors. One of life's great kicks, Twix.
Mike, I always like the beginning of this event. It seems like a contest between the gladiators. See who can get their Atlasphere going the greatest speed and smash into a contender.
Well, here comes the smash. That hits a pretty good one. I'd give it about a 4.5 on the Richter scale.
Gladiators both doing a good job of denying the contenders the first 2 scores.
Tony and Darrell knock each other off. Now Darrell with a breakaway, but Tower right behind him. "30 seconds. Each score worth 3 points. Darrell, oh! Just missing the sensor of scoring pod number 4.
15 seconds left in the competition. Darrell trying to settle into that pod.
He's got
finally
it.
Gets it. After all those earlier misses, Darrell finally settles in. Another close call. And finally the second score.
And that's it. Darrell wins it. 6-zip, 2 goals for him.
Darrell seizes the opportunity to increase his lead 18-9 over Tony Curella. We have a great overhead shot right here. We have cameramen hanging from the ceiling as Darrell misses an opportunity to add even more to his lead. Driving down to that final score, pod number 3 settles it in.
You know, okay, if something happens where, you know, I make contact with yours and you make contact with mine, we'll stay on those. Okay? But as for now, crisscross. Okay, so you have the yellow.
Like Powerball, Atlasphere demands a lot of strategy on the part of the Gladiators. Here's how Tracy and Talpha stand after 2 events. And they are set to go. Talpha will be in the yellow Atlasphere, Tracy in the red one. And they'll have to roll their cages past Storm and Diamond.
Talpha's going to have to really turn things around from her preliminary round. She only scored 2 points in this event then.
Tracy, on the other hand, scored 3 goals worth 6 points, but in this round of Atlasphere, each goal worth 3 points. And they're on their way.
Gladiators with a little crisscross action, but not before some points are scored.
Tracy Paaso in scoring pod number 4.
Whoa.
Talpha really gets pinned in and decked by Diamond.
Tracy lined up. Storm doesn't let her score, though.
Again, people have no idea how hard it is, 1, to move these things, and 2, how hard it is to get it to stop and change and go in another direction.
That's discounting the workout. This thing weighs 225 pounds. Like riding a bicycle with flat tires.
10 seconds left. Tracy and Talpha trying to get into the same scoring pod. Tracy got it just as time expired to win this match. And she now leads after 3 events, 20-11. Talpha has faded a bit after her early success in Powerball. It is halftime here on the American Gladiators. 3 events down and 3 to go, plus the Eliminator. In our men's competition, Darrell Gholar leads Tony Curella 18-9. And on the women's side of the coin, Tracy Paaso also with a 9-point lead over Talpha Lehnen. Your impression so far, Larry?
Well, Darrell doing a little better than what I'd anticipated. He said he was going to come out and growl, and he did in Powerball. Scored a few points. Now he finds himself with a 9-point lead. Darrell's going to join us down from the Contenders locker room. Darrell, you're going to be followed by Nitro up that wall, so you're not having as much pressure as the preliminaries, but how do you think you're going to do?
I think I'll do pretty good, especially with Nitro chasing me, you know?
Well, we'll see what Nitro has to say about that.
Well, Nitro joins us now from the Gladiators locker room. Just got done talking to Darrell Gholar. You will chase him up the wall the next event. He's not sweating you too much. You ready to accept that challenge?
I'm always ready for any challenge, Mike. That wall is probably the biggest challenge for me. I've had some problems with it in the past, but it's like anything in life, things you can't do, you just gotta try harder and harder and harder to do, and I'll get up it.
Okay, Nitro, looking forward to your performance.
Thanks, Mike.
We should mention once again, Larry, that today's winners go on to the semifinals, but the losers aren't necessarily eliminated. If they accrue enough points in common events against some of the other members of the losers bracket, they could get that wild card berth. Of course, this week's winners will advance to the semifinals and join right now Susie Stenzel in the women's competition and Tommy Knox on the men's side of the ledger. Coming up, more of the American Gladiators after this.
Get in on the action and join the American Gladiators fan club. Send $3 check or money order to American Gladiators, Van Nuys, California, 914630001. Or pick up a fan club application from your local General Nutrition Center.
32 feet of vertical await our women now as they get set for the wall. Tracy Paaso and Talpha Lehnen. Tracy holding the 9-point lead. Talpha getting her climbing harness adjusted. She had a bit of trouble in practice yesterday, but now she thinks she has the secret.
I had a little trouble with the wall yesterday. I was wearing the wrong type of shoes. Today I wore my cross trainers and I could feel the wall a lot better. And I also had to cut my nails.
Those darn things, they always get in the way, Larry. Talpha will have Zap. Chasing her, Ice will be in pursuit of Tracy Paaso.
And our two Gladiators are very experienced in this wall. It's early on in some of the preliminary rounds. These two are probably the best.
The best, and they are relentless, Larry, because they never give up. They have to overcome a 10-second head start by the Contenders, but they keep on plugging, and how often have we seen them pull off Contenders?
How often have we seen them fall off the wall themselves and then go back up?
Talpha in real trouble. She falls off and loses her 10-second advantage, so no points for her.
I don't know what kind of shoes she was wearing, but they didn't work.
There's Ice.
Ice almost slipping off the wall herself.
Now she's got a toe hold, and off goes Tracy, so no points for either woman.
And when Ice gets a hold of your ankle on the wall, you're in trouble. This gal doesn't lose often. The secret, I think, is getting out ahead of her so she can't close the gap. Here, she's right on Tracy's heels, literally. And once she gets a hold of that ankle, check out those biceps, my friend. Everybody comes off.
The men have chalked up. They have their climbing harnesses on, and it's time to scale the wall for Darrell Gholar and Tony Curella. Darrell with the 9-point lead, 18-9 after 3 events. In pursuit of Darrell will be Nitro, and there's something about this guy with the tryouts coming up. He's the one Gladiator every potential contender wants a part of.
The guy I want the most is Nitro because he seems to have the biggest mouth out of them all, and that's the one I want to go up against.
I got a little grudge against Nitro.
I want Nitro.
Nitro, I'm coming at you.
Stand by, Nitro. This is coming for you.
I see you bragging to all the crowd, and I'm going to come after you.
Nitro, I want to kick your butt. I'm going to tear you apart.
Challengers, come one, come all. I've always been here for you. The Gladiator Stadium is my home, and I'm not leaving. If you can find your way off that couch to a contender tryout, I'll be here waiting for you.
And stay with us later in the show. We'll give you the sites of the regional tryouts closest to your area.
And Darrell standing there thinking about the last time he went up the wall. He's a card-carrying member of the I Like to Hate Nitro Club. Look what Nitro does to him. Darrell's right at the threshold of getting 10 points. Nitro's falling off the wall, jerks the line just enough to stall Darrell from getting the points.
On the other side of the wall, Tony Curella. He'll be followed up by Gemini. First man to make it up to the top in 60 seconds or less without being pulled up will earn 10 points. And off goes Tony. Lost his grip.
Darrell still having 40 seconds. He's having some problems. Both hands on one grip. Got plenty of time.
This is a man who knows all about holds. Two-time Greco-Roman national champion in wrestling. He's strong.
With 18 seconds left. He mounts the wall and picks up the 10 points.
All right!
Hey, Darrell, after what happened in the preliminary rounds, you weren't sure about this, were you? You weren't sure if you made it in less than 60 seconds.
No, I wasn't sure this time either. Yeah, because of prelims.
How about this? 42 seconds.
Woo! Hey, it feels good. It feels good. I'm having a lot of fun, man. Man, it feels good.
Well, you powered your way up to the tune of 10 points in 42 seconds. Congratulations.
Thanks. Hoorah! Yeah!
Welcome back, Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California. The men are now set for Hang Tough. And the pressure really on Tony Curella. He trails Darrell Gholar in his second round matchup, 28-9. He'll be swinging against Tower.
Probably glad to see Tower, although the last round when he competed and during the preliminaries, he swung against Gemini and managed to get a draw, so he came up with 5 points.
Should be Tony's event, though. Good upper body strength. Not too big and massive in the legs. Gravity shouldn't affect him too much. Let's see. Again, a contender has 60 seconds to swing across this grid of 55 rings.
Go away! Go away!
Tony covering a lot of ground. May work against him. Tower can get across.
He's got the breakaway going, Larry.
He's got to go now. He can't miss one ring here. This should be it.
He's got it.
All right, 10 points. Made it look easy.
28 seconds. Tony, that's what we call responding to pressure. You needed the points, you got the Big 10.
Yeah, definitely. I needed it. I just came out focused, and I knew I needed the points, and I went after it.
You're staying alive. Congratulations.
Oh, and Tony's family loves it. There's a shot of his father, Ralph. Entire family down from Minnesota.
Darrell Gholar climbing the platform now. Hoping to match what Tony Curella did. That scored 10 points by getting all the way across. He also draws Tower. Darrell in the prelims was pulled off by Nitro in 20 seconds.
If you recall in the preliminary round, Darrell made the mistake of going right down the middle, making Nitro's kill pretty easy. Nitro didn't have to swing that far. Maybe he'll choose to use a little different strategy today. Nope, Darrell's making the same mistake.
Now he's finding out just how strong his right arm is. Back on one ring, he goes back. That's totally legal.
That's the smart move right here, Mike. Make the Gladiator exert himself.
Problem is, Darrell can't find another ring to hang on to.
He's wriggling around trying to get hold of a ring. There he's got one.
20
guess
seconds
who's right
left.
there? Oh, he needed that one.
This is bold, but now this is going to be cold. Tower right there, 275 pounds.
Ooh.
No way Darrell Gholar can hang on. So a big point swing for Tony Curella. So after 5 events now, Darrell's lead over Tony, just 9 points. And if you like that performance by Tower, you can be the member of a very special fan club. Just send $3 check or money order to American Gladiators Fan Club, Van Nuys, California, 914-63-0001. You get a membership card and other assorted goodies. Tracy Paaso leads Talpha Lehnen 2011 coming into their version of Hang Tough. Tracy will have to swing against Storm. And Larry, she is good. Very talented up there.
We've had some opportunities to see her in some of the practice rounds, seen her many times before. This gal is totally relaxed, has tremendous upper body strength. She is not a good gladiator to draw in this particular event. Tracy moving well, keeping one eye on Storm all the time. She's trying to keep that 8 or 10 foot necessary distance between them. Look at Storm cut across to head her off, though.
She may be too late. Is she?
I am. That's now or never.
Storm's got her.
Takes her down.
By far and away Tracy's best event, but Storm shuts her out. One of the difficult parts about this event, once those rings are going in one direction, it's very difficult to stop that momentum and get them swinging in another direction. And that's what Storm is able to do like no other gladiator we've seen.
She just pays no attention whatsoever to momentum. She's just got so much strength, she changes direction at will. She closes in on Tracy, and there's no contest here. Once she gets a hold of her, Tracy's going down.
Talpha Lehnen up now. She can put herself in a much better position. She trails 20-11. Remember, Tracy unable to score and hang tough.
Talpha doing all right in the preliminary round. She defeated Diamond. We'll see how she fares against Storm as they both go for the same ring. Talpha said, "Oop, that's not a good decision."
Storm said, "That's mine," and now Talpha, you're mine as well. Almost an impossible situation for the Contenders, no matter how strong they are. So Storm goes 2 for 2.
Talpha makes the big mistake, heads right down the course. Comes to a direct confrontation with Storm. They absolutely are right together there, going for the same ring. Now it's just a matter of time for Storm to win.
The Gladiators are tough, and they'll be tough in the next event. Swing Shot, that's next. We are back at Gladiator Arena, and this is the women's last chance to score points before the all-important Eliminator. It's the event we call Swing Shot. Right now, Tracy Paaso has a 20-11 lead on Talpha Lehnen. This is the game where the Contenders have 45 seconds to swing from their platforms with bungee cords and reach up to the sky and try to pluck balls off that cylinder. The red one's worth 5, blue one's worth 3, yellow's worth 1, Larry.
And they're facing off with the Gladiators, Ice, Blaze, and Storm. And this is going to be Talpha's last roundup, Mike, before the Eliminator. She's got to get some points here. Close that gap on Tracy.
Should be an adventure for both contenders. They did not compete in this event in the prelims. Here they go. Talpha's got a yellow. Then you have to spring. You have to put it back in that scoring pod, so that won't count.
She threw it at the scoring pod, but she missed it.
Tracy's got one.
Now Talpha's hanging free.
Tracy's
Look at that.
got a blue.
Tracy took a blue.
Boy, I tell you what, she is a very, very good athlete.
She's got a rhythm here. She was after a blue, decided to pick a yellow off.
Look at Ice and Blaze, they're in a big tangle.
Pendulum swinging away from.
Tracy's got another blue. Again, those are worth 3 points. The yellow's 1. Right now, she's got 8. And that's it. And Tracy Paaso with a huge, huge advantage here. Tracy Paaso coming up with 8 big points to increase her lead to 28-11.
Real pressure on Talpha here. She needs every point she can get. She does a great job of picking up the ball, returning to the platform, and then misses the basket. Mortal sin.
Well, the men are now set for their go-around in Swing Shot. Darrell Gholar ascending the platform with a 28-19 lead. His opponent, Tony Curella, still very much in the race, but he needs to cut into that 9-point deficit. Tony is nicknamed Spaghetti. His whole family here from St. Paul, Minneapolis. They are very proud of their Italian heritage, so much so that back at home, well, he and his dad, Ralph, make their very own homemade fresh pasta.
Well, Mike, I'm a Hungarian by extraction. I like goulash, but that's some wild spaghetti. I've never seen noodles that big. Those look like sweat socks hanging there.
And the bungee cords sort of look like noodles, and for the Gladiators, it'll be Nitro, Thunder, and Tower. Again, they will try to stop our two contenders from grabbing those yellow, blue, or red balls from that center cylinder. Tony Curella needs the points.
Gladiators, ready!
Darrell Gholar gets that yellow ball. This is the first time these two men have competed in this event.
Gholar caught the bar on the top of his tower with his finger and swung himself around. And has strong hands. He's got more than that now.
Nitro, Tower, and Thunder were all there at that cylinder at the same time as both Darrell and Tony are hung up now. Our spotters get them untangled and send them back on their way. 20 seconds left on the clock.
The only problem with this is that it costs some valuable time.
Darrell did get another yellow ball, so he's got 2 points now. Tony's finally got one, and he...
Look at that!
Nitro.
Darrell Gholar does a half twist up that comes up even with the pendulum, pulls off a blue.
Tony's got one more, but time expires. Darrell wins swing shot 5-1 and extends his lead to 33-20 after 6 events. Which of our contenders will advance to the semifinals? We'll find out next with the Eliminator coming up. Stay with us. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California, and the women are set to go in the Eliminator. Our Florida bodybuilder, Talpha Lehnen, really has her work cut out for her. She scored 11 points in the first event, but she has been shut out in the last 5. As a result, Tracy Paaso has a 17-point lead, good for an 8.5-second head start. Now, is that an impossible deficit to overcome? Perhaps, but remember in the prelims, Talpha came from behind to win. Maybe she can do it again. She's with Larry at the start line. Larry?
Talpha, we've been here before. Last time you had a 2.5-second handicap to overcome. Did that with flying colors. Now it's an 8.5. How's your frame of mind?
Well, it's going to be a big challenge for me today, but my whole trip here has been one big challenge, and I'm ready to take it on again, and I'm not going to finish until that ending's the finish line there. I'm going to give it all I got.
We're going to watch you do it. Good luck, kid.
Thank you.
Potential trouble for Talpha and Tracy lurks below the hand bike in the penalty pit. Their two gladiators, Zap and Ice, are ready to impose a 10-second penalty if need be, and Diamond and Blaze atop the tower over the final straightaway.
You have second whistle.
Once again, according to our Eliminator scoring format, each point is worth a half second in time. Tracy's Eliminator time in the prelims, 1:36. Talpha Lehnen's Eliminator time, 1 minute and 38 seconds. Again, that 8.5 seconds must seem like an eternity for Talpha Lehnen, but she really motors up that treadmill now across the hand bike. Power is the name of her game, and look at her make up the deficit. Tracy goes down in the cylinder. This could help Talpha if she can stay up. Oh, she went down.
Almost, Mike. And it balanced right to the end, just barely missed it. That 1 or 2 steps could be costly.
Struggling on that ladder to get back up. Here she comes. How quickly Talpha goes up this cargo net could be the tail. Tracy up there first. She's now heading for the zip line. Setting herself, taking that deep breath. Tracy Paaso is over that first wall.
She's up to the crown of the second. Now she's got a straightaway run for that final obstacle.
She's going to win this Eliminator and earn that automatic berth in the semifinals.
Congratulations on getting through the finish line. Your response to me was that darn log.
I missed it in the first, missed it in the second. Gonna get it in the third.
Yeah, well, you had to see Talpha coming across right behind you when you were off the log. You kind of had your eye on her to see what was going to happen, and she almost made it.
She did. I saw her right behind me. If she didn't fall off the log, I think I would have been really, really close.
Well, Trace, congratulations and welcome to the semifinals, gal. Mike?
All right, Larry, so Tracy Paaso now joins Susie Stenzel in the semifinals. And Talpha Lehnen not necessarily eliminated. She still has a shot of the wild card berth, but she's going to have to keep her fingers crossed and wait for the outcome of next week's matchup between Kathy Malika and A.J. Perling. Well, an automatic berth is on the line in the semifinals, is on the line for Darrell Gholar and Tony Curella. Right now, they are set to run the Eliminator. Darrell in the lead by 13 points. That gives him a 6.5-second head start. And remember, Tony didn't get a chance to run the Eliminator in the prelims because of that injury to Merrick Wilczynski, but Tony's got that chance now, and I know he's with you, Larry.
Well, Tony, this is a heck of a way to break into the Eliminator with a 6.5-second handicap.
Yeah, it is. I didn't get to do it the time before, and this is a heck of a way to get in here, but I'm just going to have to give it all I got.
We know you'll do that from your past competitions. We saw a picture of you making pasta. You going to put a little pasta power on this?
Yeah, I could use some pasta right now to get me going.
All right, buddy. We'll be waiting for you at the other end. Good luck.
Thanks, Larry.
And on the Eliminator course for the Gladiators, underneath the handbike in the penalty pit is Thunder and Nitro, and on the platform above the final straightaway, Gemini and Tower. Well, Tony's family affectionately calls him Spaghetti. He's going to need pasta power and more, however, against Darrell Gholar, who has been all business in the 6 previous events. In the prelims, Darrell did the Eliminator in 53 seconds.
Ready!
Darrell makes short work of that belt. He's on the handbike, and he's going to make short work of that, Mike.
Making the most of his 6.5-second head start. He is flying through this Eliminator. Tony's flying too, however, Larry. Look at this! Wow, how fast he gets up to the cargo net is going to be a big story.
That's been Darrell's problem, that cargo net, but I just don't know if Tony can close enough of a gap.
Here they come. Tony may have cut into about 3 seconds of that Darrell Gholar lead, but Darrell is the one who is going on to the semifinals for sure. Great effort.
This is getting to be a habit.
I hope so.
Darrell, you had a little bit of a plus lead there. He closed on you, but not enough.
He's fast, I know. I knew he was going to. He's smaller.
I know from the time you got out here, you took this all very seriously. You trained hard, just like a wrestling match, and it's paid off.
Nothing but spit and vinegar. It's like my boys in Iowa. Dion Cobb, let's go, man.
All right, man. Welcome to the semifinals. You're in.
Thanks, man.
All right, Mike.
All right, Larry, so Darrell joins Tommy Knox in the semis, and Tony Curella, well, no need to be discouraged just yet. He could still qualify as the wild card. He'll have to wait, however, the results of next week's showdown between Joe Morrow and George Blasius. That's it for now. For Larry Zonka, I'm Mike Adamley. We'll have all the action again next week on the American Gladiators. Champions will receive all expenses paid Club Med vacations. With over 100 villages worldwide, Club Med offers the perfect vacation for families, couples, and singles. This year, take home a Club Med vacation.